Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says to the angels, stop them and ask them. Ask them the question why they're on their way. And what would they say? They would say, if only we established prayer and paid the poor due, we would not have been the people of the fire. Pay the poor due. Pay the poor due. Pay your zakat. Pay your sadaqah. Do it tonight. No one has an excuse to not pay tonight. Where do I give my charity? Who do I give it to? Well, have a look at the screen. Have a look on the internet. You'll see babies in pieces. Have a look on the internet. You'll see women which are dishonored. Our mothers, our sisters, our daughters. Look on the internet. Even the elderly who are in their 90s are not even spared, brothers and sisters. They even exterminate them. We love these people. SubhanAllah, we have in this country the NHS that loves people, the elderly, and they have incubators for the children, monitored, making sure not even a child wakes up at night without some kind of care for them, keeping them warm. Allahu Akbar. In Syria, everything has been destroyed. If there was a children's hospital, it's in rubble. No one is saved. And they're leaving this place with their dignity on their backs. And when they get on those coaches and they turn up to these places, the ummah needs to be there. It needs to give them something. And tonight we are giving them compassion, love, mercy. We are giving them food. We're giving them drink. We're giving them medical aid. We're giving them tents. We understand what happens underneath those tents. Our brothers and sisters are mourning. They don't have the pictures in an album. They have the pictures in their head. They have the pictures in their hearts of burying their babies. And tonight you can get involved and you can be a bandage. You can put a bandage on a cut or on a bruise. We can be the antidote that brings the medicine in the form of love, in blankets and tents. SubhanAllah, we are meant to be merciful people, brothers and sisters. That 1% is on this earth. You can allow it to come to existence tonight, you watching this TV show tonight. You can sit there and just listen to this and think, you know, we make a dua. Make a dua, alhamdulillah. But you could do more than that. What's stopping you from doing more than that? What's stopping you from reaching for the phone right now? Brothers and sisters, what's stopping us? Do we need to see more pictures? Do we need to see more body parts? Do we need to see? No! We don't. All we need to see is action. We can help. We are going to help. We're going to do it. We will do it. We will, brothers and sisters, non-stop, as much as it takes. They keep calling, we keep feeding. They keep calling, we give more tent. They keep calling, we give more water. As much as we can do. Ya Rabbi, send more rain from the heavens so we can give them more water. Ya Rabbi, send more crops to grow so we can give them more food. Ya Rabbi, grow more cattle so we can make more blankets and more and more and more, as much as they need, inshallah ta'ala. Why? Because one day we're going back to Allah and we'll be asked about this. Call the number on 03000 11 11 11. Represent tonight. The trumpet is blowing. Wake up, Ummah. Wake up for the sake of Allah and stand on 03000 11 11 11. Let's make a difference on the screen. When the horn goes, you're saving lives. Inshallah ta'ala. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Takbir. Allahu Akbar. Hayya ala al-falah. Hayya ala al-falah. La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah. Inshallah, Brother Faz, who they coming from, inshallah ta'ala. My beautiful brother, inshallah. Bismillah.
Pete is working on it. We've got Sister Aisha from London.
Jazakallah. Okay.
Bismillah.
Guzman from Batley.
Thank you, Jazakallah khair. Thank you for your donation.
Farida. Sister Farida from Smadhick. From two £50 donations. Allahu Akbar.
Jazakallah, Sister Farida. Thank you.
Sister Julia. From Ilford.
In Essex. Jazakallah. Thank you.
£500. Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. £500. Jazakallah khair.
And Brother Rasul. £50. Allahu Akbar.
Jazakallah khair for all your donations.
From Brother Abdul from From London?
London, mashallah.
£50. Allahu Akbar.
Mashallah. These brothers and sisters are blessed. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you. The voiceless refugees, the dumbstruck, almost shell-shocked refugees, the children who can no longer talk because of the trauma and the grief. Brothers and sisters, on their behalf, we thank you, brothers and sisters. You know, these shelter packs, brothers and sisters, contain blankets. Now, my brother alluded to it, there's many dozens of ways in which you can use these blankets. We need to provide dignity, haya to our sisters, because all they have is the clothes on their back. Now,
you know, if you sorry to interrupt you, man. If you look at your images right now on the screen, can we have these blown up, please?
that's all they have.
The small suitcases, small bags, and they are fleeing for their lives. The only clothing they've got are the ones that are on their backs, my brothers and sisters. Think about what you can salvage from ruins like this.
Right.
If the building that you call home has been destroyed, what can you salvage from a building like this? Can you take a wardrobe full of clothes with you anywhere? You can't, my brothers and sisters. What can you take with you?
Okay, so let's, for example, yeah, okay, you're a brother, you're an uncle, you know, okay, you'll manage. You know, you'll find a nearby stream in a rural area. You'll try to wring your clothes out. You'll try to wash your clothes. You'll manage with wet clothes again. You'll go to a stream. You'll wash them. You'll go to a.
Well, you'll just do without. You'll just do without,
yeah.
because it's. Okay.
However, what about your niece, your nephew, your brother, your child? Okay, you've got to wrap them up in something while you wash their dirty clothes, their blood-stained clothes. You've got to wrap them in something, brothers and sisters.
That's right.
And these blankets come in handy. These blankets give protection from the cold. These blankets give our sisters dignity. And my brothers and sisters, this is where the power of sadaqah will be immeasurable. These blankets will be used as prayer mats. So when these refugees arrive in the refugee camps on the Syrian border, or within the kind of almost safe areas of Syria, when they arrive, they need blankets and shelter.
To be honest, you know,
and they will prey on these blankets.
These buses that are being, when the ceasefire was in place, it was 25 miles away. That's a 30-minute drive, my brothers and sisters, in the Aktrian district.
That's right.
And let's think about that. Right now it's stopped, but the 6,000 people that were brought out from there, they need shelter. They need blankets, clothing, everything. I mean, Brother Imran, there was something you mentioned earlier with regards to a baby and a rescue.
That's right. We have had reports coming, and it's all verifiable online. The white helmets and Brother Bilal Abdul Kareem from On the Ground News as well. Obviously, we get sources from multiple. There we are. Look at that there. Look at that there. White Helmet Organisation, an NGO. I believe they were supported by the late Joe Cox, actually. And they look at these brothers there. Look at these brothers. In tears, how they pull out the bodies of babies and they pull out the wounded children. Look at that there.
This is just one story, my brothers and sisters, that we've managed to get footage of. But this is one of many, many hundreds and thousands of children.
One of the lucky ones.
What about the ones that haven't been lucky enough to be survived and rescued, my brothers and sisters?
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Even the darkest of places, sometimes light shines. Now, brothers and sisters, let's make dua for that child. Let's make dua for the rescuers. Let's make dua for the NGOs working on the ground. But also, apart from salah and dua, we need to give our zakah. We need to give charity. Because they will not be fed alone with that. We need to provide food, water, shelter after we make dua, brothers and sisters. So tonight, collectively, let's pray for these innocent refugees, the persecuted refugees, the war-torn citizens of Syria. And then let's pick up the phone and give action tonight, brothers and sisters. Also, some of these aid workers, you know, how are they going to eat? How are they going to keep themselves going? Some of their homes being bombed out as well. Brothers and sisters, so let's provide shelter to the aid workers as well, so they can sleep, rest, and then go back into the hot spots, go back into the rubbled and ruinous cities.
It's so important that we donate.
It's important we support all those helping on the ground, all those persecuted on the ground. We need to provide the support so we can save lives.
You know, it's so important that we provide the all-important emergency family food packs. You know, the reason why you're donating, my brothers and sisters, is so we can stop these people from suffering any longer.
وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لم يكن الذين كفروا من أهل الكتاب والمشركين والمشركين حتى تأتيهم البينة رسول من الله يتلو صحفا مطهرة فيها كتب قيمة وما تفرق الذين أوتوا الكتاب إلا ما جاءتهم البينة وما أمروا إلا ليعبدوا الله مخلصين
You know, this girl's voice is echoing in my head.
ويقيم الصلاة ويأتي الزكاة ذلك القيمة صدق الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب.
I wish we could do more, my brothers and sisters.
Brothers and sisters.
Not just asking for aid, not just asking for food and blankets. I wish we could go out there, pick them up, give them a hug and say, you know what, it's okay, you can come with us, but we can't, we're here. But we can do something. We can give them food, we can give them blankets. That voice is playing in my head again and again and again. You know?
Yeah, no.
Why are we even asking for aid, my brothers and sisters? It's going through me that this child is suffering. And she has to read Quran to numb the pain, my brothers and sisters. Think about that for a moment. Imagine if this was your kid, my brothers and sisters. I would move mountains for my kid. If my kid was in pain like this, Allahu Akbar, I would move mountains. I would do whatever that was needed to help. I see this child as my daughter. You should too, my brothers and sisters. You should think, you know what? I want to give. Pick up the phone, whatever money you've got in your bank. Give something, my brother. You know, I don't cry. Never. Everybody that knows me knows I've not got a soft heart, my brothers and sisters. It takes a lot. This girl's voice is in my head and it's hurting me, my brothers and sisters, because I want to do more. It's not enough to just ask, give. It's not enough to just say, look, you know what, I want to give £50 here. We need to give more, my brothers and sisters. If you've given already, my brothers and sisters, you need to give again. It's not enough to just give one donation of rice. You need to contact your friends, your brothers, your sisters, and you need to give again and again and again, because there's so many more hundreds and thousands of children that are going through this pain. And if you haven't got a heart, man, I swear to God, you know what, I feel sorry for you, my brothers and sisters. If you can't give tonight, wallahi, my brothers and sisters, when you die and you're in your cupboard, this is going to be replayed to you, my brothers and sisters. What are you going to do then when Allah's going to ask you why you didn't help? What are you going to say then? Why didn't you give your money when you had it? What are you going to say? You're going to be thrown in the hellfire, my brothers and sisters. There's no two ways about it. They are our brothers and sisters. They are our kids. If we don't give now, you're going to get afflicted with a test. And I swear to you, it's going to happen, my brothers and sisters. Don't ignore the plight of these children. In the dark, they're operating on this kid, and she's reading Quran to numb the pain, my brothers and sisters. Listen to her voice. It's inside my head, my brothers and sisters. You need to pick up the phone right now and call us on 03000 11 11 11.
Of course, even, you know, just to add something quickly, you know, even a grown man needs an anaesthetic, brother and sisters. Even a grown man, you know, if he's going to have a major operation, or a grown woman, right, needs an anaesthetic. But you know, brothers and sisters, inshallah ta'ala, you know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, no doubt about it, you know, Allah is very merciful. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He gives us warnings. If we don't do what we should be doing, because the hellfire, when we say these things about Jahannam and all these things, is because the evidence is in Surah Mudaththir. Allah says, why the people ended there? Because they never used to establish prayer and they never used to pay the poor due. But what you can do is the opposite. You can pray and pay the poor due, because that's when you hear the negative, that means there's a positive side to it. And you know, many of us, alhamdulillah, you know, when we watch this on telly, when we watch these things, it affects us, brothers and sisters. You cannot, you know, it goes, with all due respect, my brothers and sisters, real TV, it goes past being a presenter when you do this job. We go, many a times, us brothers, we go past that, because it touches you in your heart when you see this, when you hear this, right? That's why we sit here and we try to motivate our brothers and sisters to tell you right now, you know. You know, we don't, most of the time we don't even need to say anything. Like we always say on a big charity show, we always say it. And I always say it. And anytime I always tell my brothers and sisters, when Musa alayhi salam came down from the mountain and Allah told him about people committing shirk, when Musa alayhi salam was on the mountain, he didn't break the 10 Commandments when he was on the mountain, brothers and sisters. When he came down and he saw what was happening, then he broke the 10 Commandments. Because seeing it is not like hearing it. Hearing it, alhamdulillah. But seeing this, and we've got to remember as well, no, these are videos, which are pictures. When the cameras are switched off, you know, if this is hell on earth, if this is hell on earth, when the cameras are switched off, where people are being persecuted, brothers and sisters, unfortunately we cannot show any of that on telly. We don't want to show that. You know, even when you go on certain, you know, like Facebook, when you go on YouTube, they always put up, warning, this is graphic, warning, you know. But we don't want to show that, but we know 100% what is going on. And you know, looking at places like this, every time we show this bit of footage of this place which has been destroyed, it's like an atom bomb hit the place, brothers and sisters, but no atom bomb has hit this place. This is bombardment upon bombardment upon bombardment. You know, children need to be taken out of this place. They have to be, because it's non-stop. You know, we feel bad if a broken glass is on the floor, and we you know, when we pick up our children from school and there's something like we're walking home and we see a broken glass on the floor, we move our children out of the way and we say, watch it, because that's very dangerous. Now look at this place. Anywhere they walk, from any distance, there's something sharp, something metal, something concrete. People can't stay in the buildings. They can't stay in the buildings because even the buildings are death traps, brothers and sisters. So they have to get out. They have to get out, brothers and sisters. But guess what? Allahu Akbar, they're getting on the green buses. Many buses have been put on and they're going to safe havens. We are on the ground, brothers and sisters. Once they get to where they're going, they need water. They need blankets. They need shelter. And like what's happening tonight, when the trumpet blows, we're not negative. When that trumpet blows, it means the blankets and the water and the food is coming into existence and it's ready to be passed out, ready to be put on, ready to feed, ready to take the babies and kiss them, ready to give compassion, ready to give mercy and love. That's what our job is tonight. We want you to understand that. That is our job tonight. We are ambassadors. We can tell you, but the action has to come from us. The action. I'm an Asali. We are not people who just talk. We are people who do the walk. That's who we are. Do it tonight. We love you people. We hurt as well. We get emotional. But in our heart, we mean well, brothers and sisters. Jazakallah khairan for these people that have made a donation. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. Takbir, Allahu Akbar. MashaAllah, these are coming from, inshallah ta'ala.
Who do we have who's come forth, my brothers and sisters?
Sister Selena,
Sister Selena.
From £100 from Waltham Store.
In East London, Jazakallah khair.
Sister Selena's done a double donation.
Subhanallah.
Allahu Akbar. Sister Sana from Birmingham, £50.
Jazakallah khair for a family food pack.
Sister Shazia from Rotherham, £50.
Jazakallah khair, another family food pack, thank you. Provide emergency relief.
Sister Shazia from Rotherham, another £50.
Allahu Akbar. Jazakallah khairan.
An anonymous brother from Manchester, £50.
MashaAllah, MashaAllah.
It's a full house, 6 opportunities that have been taken by special brothers and sisters. And you know, let's think about this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 families that have been given provisions for the next month. Allahu Akbar. But there's more families that need help and support. There's more children. And you know, there was somebody from the UN, he said, among the evacuees of the 6,000 that were taken out since Thursday, 2,700 were children. That's such a high number of evacuees, my brothers and sisters, that are children. Imagine all of these children that have lost parents. They've lost their fathers. They may have lost their mothers. They may have lost siblings as well, my brothers and sisters. They are in shock.
That's it.
They are traumatized. They need help. They need support. They need love, care and attention. We need to give them everything we can, my brothers and sisters. If you can afford to give £100, push yourself and give the £200 to giving water. If you can afford the 200, Give 300 and provide shelter for one family, up to 8 people. If you can afford to give 1,000, my brothers and sisters, give 2,000. If you can afford to give 2,000, give 3,000 and provide 64 people with shelter tonight. Allahu Akbar. Call us right now on 03000 11 11 11.
That's right, inshallah ta'ala. People are hearing the call. The call tonight, remember the number, 03000 11 11 11. pennyappeal.org. You can also make a donation there, brothers and sisters, as well, inshallah ta'ala. Mashallah, mashallah. Don't forget the website as well, brothers and sisters. You can do it on there as well, inshallah ta'ala. Okay?
Brother or sister A, with just initial A, they haven't said their name, from Bradford, £300. Allahu Akbar, may Allah reward you immensely, inshallah, for your fantastic deed.
Ameen, brothers and sisters. Here tonight, inshallah ta'ala, just to let everyone know, if you just tuned in, inshallah ta'ala, 8 o'clock until 1, brothers and sisters, we're doing a rapid response tonight, inshallah ta'ala, for the refugees that are coming out of Aleppo, brothers and sisters. We're keeping you right up to date with the facts, inshallah ta'ala. You can also make a donation which is going to help. We have people on the ground, brothers and sisters. The whole world is hearing about this, brothers and sisters. We know there are many people who are doing many things, inshallah ta'ala, going up and down the country. You know, subhanAllah, in London last week, subhanAllah, was a big demonstration in central London about this, places in Yorkshire as well, inshallah ta'ala. People are doing what they can do, no doubt about it. But tonight, inshallah ta'ala, we want people also to get involved by making a donation. Make a donation, inshallah, because brothers and sisters, a blanket upon a person who is frightened, hungry, scared, you know, inshallah ta'ala, it helps, brothers and sisters. It really does, inshallah ta'ala. Help us tonight. Be part of this tonight, because this is where the khair is. This is where the blessings are tonight, inshallah ta'ala. By calling the number, no hesitation. Brothers, we need to know more about these packages.
Well, these donations are beautiful, brothers, as well. The people across the country, Muslims, even non-Muslims, are digging deep and providing these emergency family food packs. Let me make things clear to you, brothers and sisters. If you're channel hopping, you've just tuned in, please stop what you're doing for a moment. There are families right now arriving in ramshackle refugee camps, brothers and sisters. And brothers and sisters, there's very little food there. There's not enough tents and blankets to go around, my brothers and sisters. We need to provide more food. £50 to provide an emergency family food pack, to make sure a family will eat 3 times a day for the month that is approaching.
1 month ahead. £1.67 a day. You're providing rice, small chickpeas, oil, sugar, and other essentials as well. Let's not forget how important that life-saving substance water is. We all need water. Yeah. We all get thirsty. We drink water, my brothers and sisters. Let's provide these families, these children of ours, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, with water. A £200 donation. Let's provide the all-important £300 shelter. That's providing one family of up to 8 people with shelter. That's mattresses, pillows, blankets, a thermos, a food basket, and a rubber isolator as well, my brothers and sisters. Let's not forget the all-important £3,000 donation tonight. That's providing 8 families, up to 64 people with shelter. And all of these donations are absolutely paramount. If we don't get these donations to them, my brothers, you know, these donations that you're providing, let's not think about how much money you're giving. Think about what your money is going to be doing for these people right now. Think about how much of a difference it will be making in them living through this winter, or not even surviving in the next coming days, my brothers and sisters. So please respond right now. It is an emergency response. Absolutely. Call us on 03000 11 11 11.
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
Takbir!
Allahu Akbar!
Mashallah, who are these coming from?
Who are these coming from? My dear brother Peter? 2 emergency family food packs which will feed Syrian refugee children.
Brother Ibadul from Bristol. That's 2 families that have been saved for the next
and the next
month.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Beautiful, beautiful. Absolutely, inshallah.
And Sister Saima from Solihull, again. These families, think about these families that have been helped right now. You know, these families are struggling, they're suffering.
That's right.
They are refugees, my brothers and sisters. They've been through pain, hardship. What we need to do is give them the essentials to help them survive. They're fleeing for their lives. Let's help them. Let's support them. Let's provide them with the shelter, with the clothing, with their blankets. Let's make that difference right now. If you're watching on Facebook Live, my brothers and sisters, click the link.
That's right.
It'll take you directly to the Penny Appeal website. You can make a donation on there. It'll take you less than a minute to save these lives. My brothers and sisters, it takes less than a minute to speak to one of our wonderful volunteers.